Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. In today's video, I want to have a look at Bitcoin and just sort of revise our expectations from what we said in the previous video, or what I said in the previous video. About 2 weeks ago, I think it was somewhere beginning of June anyway, sometime around here, if I zoom in, I was sort of saying I think we're going to have one more leg up, and instead of, I did call for a sort of breakout. I was saying we're going to potentially see a big move up or down, and I predicted up, whereas obviously we saw down. But I don't want to be sort of huffing copium here and saying, well, there's still a big chance that we'll break out, but it's definitely not impossible. Like, I mean, for me now personally, I would sort of just be leaning towards we're just going to bleed out for the rest of the year now and just set lower highs and lower lows. As you can see, this trend is sort of pretty strong here actually. If I just literally just, sort of very basic, not lining up my, we can see that we're kind of due for a bit of pain personally. I don't think we'll break out of this now, but it's still possible. So, updated version, don't think we're going to see this leg up like I thought we might. I thought we would. There'll be a few more things that I went over in the video. If you want to know those things, go watch that video. But I did think that we'd have a sort of breakup from past performance, historical price action. We've seen that before. We've had a few legs up, peak late June and then collapse. But of course, those things are never written in stone, and they can only be taken as an indication of what might happen. And in this case, it hasn't happened, or at least it hasn't happened yet. But one thing I was right about in my initial video is that altcoins have bled compared to Bitcoin much heavier. They've just collapsed. Like even the top altcoins, top 10, Matic, XRP, ADA. I always think ADA is a good one to follow personally. We can see that ADA has just really, really, really struggled this season from the all-time high. I mean, if we have a look, the percentage difference from the peak last almost 2 years ago is massive. I mean, if you put your money in ADA a year ago, a year from today, you'd still be down. If you put your money in, where is it? June, we'll say June 20th just for ease. Sorry. If you put your money in June 16th, year ago today, into ADA, you would be down 60%. But if you put it into Bitcoin on the same day, a year ago, roughly, you would be up 40%, which is, it speaks for itself really. And that's what I did say in the video. Bitcoin will be one of the strongest assets to hold in the crypto space for the next while. And I will continue to say that because I think it's true. I think we're just due for all this liquidity to just exit the altcoin space. And that's what we've seen so far. I mean, even ETH BTC, let me get that quick. Even ETH BTC, we can see, if you want to have a look from June the same year, it peaked up, which is normal. We see sort of different price action with ETH BTC. It doesn't really follow the rest of the altcoin market. It's more closely tied to Bitcoin, but has a lot of its own drivers. I mean, Shanghai was around this time, but I don't think this was Shanghai. I think this was Shanghai. I think it was a sell the news. I can't really quite remember. I have a feeling it was September when Shanghai was. Anyway, but we can see even Ethereum, like a very strong, basically a blue chip crypto asset, has just, bled this year. I mean, since September, we can see that it's following this sort of, slow bleed down, and I think it will continue to do so for the rest of the year. I think everything is going to move into Bitcoin. And I think we are getting into sort of the deepest parts of the bear market now. I don't think we're going to see, for altcoins, we're going to see a lot of bad price action, I believe. But for Bitcoin, I think we're not going to see testing lows. We're not going to be testing these lows that we had back at the beginning of this year for another few months. Not for another few months, sorry, for at least, like, I wouldn't say this year we'll see them be tested. I think we're going to have another just long bleed, and then I think it could either pick up towards the end of the year, before the start of 2024, or it will just continue to bleed for even longer. And a part of me wants to say it'll bleed for longer, just from previous price action that we've seen. You know, it peaks and then it just bleeds itself out for 2 years more, and then we enter the bull run. You know, slowly picks up, and then we enter the bull run. In conclusion, if you're holding altcoins, I would suggest for you to move out of them. Not financial advice, but I don't see anything good happening to altcoins. Unless you're planning on selling some news event for that particular altcoin, I wouldn't be in them. But anyway, thanks very much for watching, guys. Sorry for the big delay in uploads. I've been very busy this last week, but yeah, thanks again, and see ya. Bye bye.